In this packet, we'll be introducing adjectives. Now, if you look at the definition, it says adjectives modify nouns and pronouns. And wordly-wise, you may have learned that modify means to make better, which is correct. This is a second definition of modify, which means to describe. So in grammar, we're going to be talking about the definition where adjectives describe nouns. Now, these questions are very important. There are 4 questions that adjectives answer. So after you finish reading a sentence, you can ask these questions and it'll help you find an adjective. So first of all, we may say what kind, that'll help us find them. Which one will help us find the adjectives. How many will help us find the adjectives. And how much will help us find adjectives. So we're going to look at all the different types of adjectives, and that'll help you identify them when you are looking at sentences. So first of all, we start out with general adjectives. These are the ones that you have been learning all through your educational years. Well, generally, blue could describe the car. So when we find an adjective, we draw an arrow from the adjective to the word it modifies. Then we have to write A, D, J for adjective above it, because later we'll be learning other words with arrows and we'll be labeling those, so we have to keep it straight. Examples of other general adjectives could be the yellow pencil, the large pencil, the beaten up pencil, the mechanical pencil. All of those words would describe pencil and be adjectives. Next, we have nouns used as adjectives. In this case, we're talking about something that's a word that sometimes is a noun, but sometimes can act as an adjective. For example, shoe. Shoe is a noun. It's something that we put on our feet. But in this phrase, the shoe salesman, shoe is actually telling me about salesmen. It's telling me what kind of salesman. So I drew the arrow and then I write ADJ above it. Other examples of nouns that also say what kind could be the apple picker. I know a lot of you are thinking this. It could also be the nose picker or the I don't know, the pear picker. So these are all words that are nouns that can also be used to describe. Also, I forgot to say for blue car, you could say what kind or which one, but I'll write down what kind. Okay, proper adjectives. These are names. Proper is like the name of something. So Swiss here is a name or a title, but it's also telling me what kind or which one of candy. So again, I'll write what kind of candy. So I drew the arrow and then I write ADJ above it. There's also many kinds of rice. We might say the Mexican rice, the Chinese rice. There's all kinds of proper nouns that could describe rice. Next, possessive adjectives. This is one that possessive means it shows possession. So ownership. A lot of times these will be answering the question of which one. So if I read this sentence, Bobby fixed his bike, then I would say which bike? He fixed his bike. So his is an adjective telling me which bike. Other adjectives could be I want her car, I want their phone, I want my shoes. So any of those words that show ownership, tell me which one. Also, we have demonstrative adjectives. I would say these demonstrate which one we're talking about. So if I said that car is cool, then you would say which car? And then I would say that car. So that is an adjective modifying car. There are 4 types of demonstrative adjectives. We have this, that, these, and those. Those will be the only ones that you'll find in this category. categories. So we ran to this tree, we ran to that tree, we ran to these trees, we ran to those trees. Any of those would work here. Finally, we have interrogative adjectives. You have probably learned about interrogative sentences. They are sentences with a question mark on the end. These would also answer which one. So, which prize did you choose? Obviously, oh, shoot, I should not underlined it. Obviously, which is an adjective telling me about prize. Another example here would be, what house are you going to? I forgot to tell you that adjectives can also tell me how many. So there's not an example here. If I said, I need 5 pencils, then that could also be a general adjective where 5 tells me how many. So as long as you ask those questions after you read a sentence, you should be able to find the adjectives. I need to add one more item, one more lesson onto the end of this adjectives intro. It's important for you to know that there can be multiple adjectives in a sentence. So first of all, adjectives can modify other adjectives. Like in this sentence, the 3 bright blue bags are mine. Bright here is telling us more about blue. It's telling us what kind of blue they are. Now, what's interesting is, well, yes, I'm going to use a different color so we can see this. Yes, blue modifies bags. It also tells me what kind of bags. And here's what's fascinating. 3 tells me how many bags. So 3 is also going to have an arrow to bags labeled adjective. So as you can see here, adjectives can modify other adjectives. Obviously, adjectives modify nouns, and sometimes you can have 2 or more adjectives modifying a noun. Okay, that's what you need to know now. Here, I'll finish the sentence. The is a noun indicator, bags is the subject, are is the verb. Thank you.